You had suicidal thoughts?
Raven has been performing in front of 44 million people since she was 3 years old.
You look very attractive tonight.
Thank you.
But at the time, people didn't know what she was going through.
From the age of 7, Raven has been ridiculed for her body image.
I had the #1 show on Disney. I was bullied.
Orlando Brown is trying to drag her down.
That bomb, bro. She gave me, and then I gave her some.
But people forget that it started many years before Disney.
I don't remember a scene. I don't remember anything as soon as the camera starts. Something clicks off, and I just black out.
You know, she's been being prostituted for a long time. Since a kid, she's been being prostituted. Her mom, dad, and nobody give a about her, bro. Nobody cares.
My mother's favorite show was The Cosby Show. One day I saw the look on my mom's face and I said, hey, I can do what Rudy can do. My mother and father, at a young age, they put me into modeling.
When she was just 3 years old, Raven was already working to help put food on the table.
Big people's games.
We watched you on The Cosby Show. You were the world's sweetheart.
I remember the smell of the soul food coming out of his dressing room. I remember when we opened the show, you had to walk up these stairs and we came down that classic staircase. I remember standing up there and playing with the wood before I went down. I do not remember as soon as the camera starts. Something clicks off and I do what I'm trained to do.
Raven revealed when she was 7 years old on the set of The Cosby Show, she was told that she was getting fat and she couldn't eat on the set.
When The Cosby Show was fizzling to an end, my father needed to plan what else my career entailed and continue to pay bills. I did a rap album, a 7-year-old.
Child star turned teen superstar Raven-Symoné is living every girl's dream.
I had the #1 show on Disney. I had multiple albums. I've been on tour with NSYNC.
But behind her success, Raven wasn't happy.
There's so much pressure. I've always found it stressful.
All I knew is how to recite words that other people wrote in the emotion I was supposed to have and smile and take pictures for people.
To support her family, Raven was hiding a heavy secret.
My awareness of my sexuality was prevalent to me at 12. I didn't want to tell my parents because I knew I couldn't say it out loud. I remember when Ellen came out, there were no good conversations coming out of it. It was always negative. So if you don't see other people going through it in a positive way, why would you say anything? Because you know you're going to lose your career.
Rumors swirl that Raven-Symoné and her That's So Raven co-star Orlando Brown are dating.
Losing my virginity to a guy at that time was massive because I knew it was going to change my world. I knew that it was something that's like, okay, it's either him or never again.
But hiding her true self was destroying her.
There was nothing that would have made me want to deal with my own issue at that time. Nothing. Even if I got sick, I'm taking this to the grave. But that eats at your soul. That eats at your soul.
You had suicidal thoughts?
I can't talk for periods of time. I don't know how to get my words out, and I just go into my brain laying down and sometimes I'll cry.
For years, Raven shut down to protect herself.
I don't remember a scene. I don't remember anything as soon as the camera starts. Something clicks off, I just black out, and then I come back to when normal life resumes. It's bottled up. When I turned 18, I knew something was going on, so I started going to therapy, and it's dissociation.
But Raven didn't want to close herself off anymore and finally put herself first.
I retired from the industry. I had to get over these programs in my own body because I'm the little girl that entertained you since she was 3. Went to college. It's the first time I actually felt free. And I said, well, if I'm not going to be in the industry, then I can come out.
I stopped hiding. I felt like the biggest secret in the world was told, so I don't really care what you said to me.
I am proud to be who I am and what I am.
But someone she trusted turned on her.
Raven-Symoné is living life happily after coming out, but Orlando Brown is trying to drag her down.
She gave me, and then I gave her some.
My thoughts on Orlando Brown. Feels like a loss. It feels very hard.
And when the ugly truth about someone from her past was exposed, Raven knew what she had to do.
Bill Cosby taken into custody today after being sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison, now classified as a sexually violent predator.
Some women said The Cosby Show was so groundbreaking and they felt saddened.
I'm sad. If it wasn't for him,
depression wouldn't be rampant through many females' minds right now. I want everybody who deserves justice to get justice.
By being true to herself, Raven found someone who loved her for who she was.
What was it about Miranda that made her the one?
I tend to keep all of my stories really close to she knows how to say the right things to me in order to get it out. I feel comfortable. She knows me.
And when Raven returned to TV on her own terms, she was determined to make a difference.
Back on the Disney Channel, Raven's home, it's critically acclaimed.
Why did I go back to television? I felt like this was the right thing to do. I miss acting.
There's also a really important message behind the show. So what is that message?
We have these secrets, it eats at our soul. We show, you know what, it's gonna be difficult to tell your truth, but you shouldn't be having these secrets.
Wow.
So my focus is really for the kids. I tell them it's important to know who you are, and it's important to take control of your self-worth and understand what you're worth.
I think that's the power in it. You're who you are, and you're also letting other young people who are following you to be who they are.
I'm so proud. This is what I know, and this is my way of giving back.